Welcome to this week's Word of Hope from the Scriptures. I'm Roxanne Eilers, and I'm here at beautiful Corona del Mar Beach. And as you can see, there's rocks and there's the ocean and just the waves flowing in and the sun sparkling on the waves. It's beautiful out here. And there's some clouds in the sky, but I don't think it's going to rain. You know, clouds were important to Elijah because he was praying for rain. And to see a cloud gave him hope. I wrote a song I'd like to sing about Elijah and about me, how I'm looking for that cloud. I'm looking for the answer to my prayer. I feel just like Elijah did. I see the cloud in the sky, and I know just what that means to me. So much time has gone by. My spirit legs are running as you sweep me up to you, and I'm breathing in your spirit as you carry me up into the place where I can watch and pray. I feel like Elijah did when he saw the little cloud rising up from out of the sea, and he knew just what that meant, the answer to a fervent prayer, that rain would finally fall again on a land in desperate need. I feel like Elijah did when you placed your hand upon him, and then he flew away to another distant place to watch and pray. Da 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 I'm going to be talking about earnest prayer today. In 1 Kings chapter 18, we read the amazing story of Elijah. There was a drought in the land and it hadn't rained for 3.5 years. And God says to Elijah, I'm going to bring rain. Well, Elijah went and saw King Ahab and told him, eat and drink because I hear the sound, abundance of rain. Did you know that Elijah could see through the eye of faith? And not only that, he could hear through the ear of faith. And so he's believing God to bring that rain. And then we see Elijah climbing up onto Mount Carmel. And there he gets down on the ground and puts his face between his knees. And there he prays earnestly to God for rain. Now that word earnestly in the Greek is ektenos, and it means to be stretched. He stretched his faith to pray and to believe God to bring that rain. Now you might be asking, why did he have to pray for rain to come when God already promised rain to come? I believe that God uses our faith and our prayers to bring to pass his promises. He uses our faith and our prayers to bring to pass his promises. Well, as we look into James chapter 5, we get more of an insight into Elijah. And it says that Elijah first prayed that it would not rain because the people of the land would not serve God and they were worshiping idols. He thought this will get their attention if it doesn't rain. So he prayed and it didn't rain. And now we see him on top of Mount Carmel praying that it will rain. And James chapter 5 says, and it rained. But let's go back to 1 Kings chapter 18 and see how this happened. We see Elijah on top of Mount Carmel with his face between his knees, praying earnestly, and he sends his servant out to check if there's any clouds in the sky. His servant comes back and says, no, nothing. Well, Elijah continues to pray and sends his servant out again, and his servant comes back and says, sorry, there's nothing in that sky, nothing. Did you know that Elijah did this 7 times, and on the 7th time his servant came back and said, I see a cloud rising up from out of the sea, and it's as big as a man's hand. Well, with that, Elijah knew his prayer had been answered, and he was up and off. And did you know that the Bible says that the clouds formed in the sky? They were dark and black, and rain came pouring down. Now, what does this have to say to us today? I believe God is challenging us to pray as Elijah prayed, earnestly and with our faith being stretched, believing. And no matter how many times we have to go and see if that cloud is in the sky, we are to go and to be persistent and not to give up. And we will have the answer to our prayer. We need to walk in faith, live in faith, speak in faith, pray in faith, and thank God for the answers. And surely goodness and mercy will follow you all the days of your life, and you will dwell in the house of the Lord forever.